Larry, what motivated you to become a CFLPA player rep?
First, I think we got to take a step back and rewind it a little bit. I had a cup of coffee in the NFL, and while I was there, I don't think I took advantage of all the resources and the opportunities. So when I exited the NFL, I was searching for answers, wondering what was going on, and I had a conversation with my dad, and basically we were saying, like, we came to the conclusion that, I kind of squandered a lot of opportunities, and us being people of faith and religion, understanding that God not going to keep blessing you and you're squandering opportunities, and not, living out your full fulfillment. So I vowed to myself that if I got another opportunity, that I would make the most of it, whatever it would be. So that kind of played into the part of it.
I like that. And I guess to follow that one up, why was being a CFLPA player rep so important to you?
Yeah, just wanted to be in the know. Just wanted to be in the know and, not be so bashful or, when the opportunities presented themselves to have the information to be able to use it and, share it and give back to the younger players. When I got to the CFL, I was 28 years old, so I wasn't the average rookie. And guys are already looking at me in a leadership position, but, I wanted to be equipped with the information.
It's perfect, man. That was my guy the last couple of years, so
for sure.
We miss you, but yeah, you killed it as your role as a player rep and what you did on the field for us.
I appreciate it.
Sticking with the player rep stuff, how do you feel that your role as a player rep has influenced your relationship with your teammates and members around the league?
Yeah, like I say, the younger guys, I was someone in the locker room that the young guys could come to. They don't always want to come to a coach or, someone with a title like that. They want to, a player, and especially here, like, we had two of the coolest reps, with yourself and myself, and guys felt that freedom to be able to come and ask us questions and, throughout the league, your name, that's your resume. And how you are and how you treat people and the efforts you go to resolve issues that may occur and ideas that you could share with them and, just passing on the knowledge that, that you've acquired throughout the years and, being a veteran player and things like that. So I think that it fared well. I don't have no smut on my name. Everyone knows that, how I love the game of football and what I brought to the table. But at the same time, all the players respected that. They knew that, we meant business. And, it's just, I think, a testament.
Yeah, I totally agree, too. I think part of it, just adding on to what you said, what you did on the field and the leadership role you played. And for a younger guy in the league, I know myself coming in, those guys that were producing on the field and then also someone you go to off the field, it was definitely a lot easier.
Yeah.
In what ways did being a player rep prepare you for your post-football career?
Well, the first time I went to the conference that we have at the end of the year, you're in the boardroom and you understanding the severity of and the seriousness of what it is that we're really doing. And I have my grandmother. She was an influential part of my life, and she always, inspired me and told me, leave it better than you found it. So I feel like that was, pretty much it. That's what I try to do.
Yeah, I think you definitely did that too, especially not just here in Saskatchewan, but all across the league. Switching topic a little bit, but can you describe your experience in the CFLPA mentorship program?
Yeah, the CFL mentorship program, man, it was cool. I enjoyed the experience. Like I say, it was eye-opening because we got to take the titles out and we just saw each other for people. It wasn't player to this title or that title. It was just first name basis. You dropped the formality of it and they kind of peeled back the layers and really showed you what it is that they really do. And it gave me a better understanding, and it also, light bulb going off where it's like, I could do that. That's obtainable. and that's something that I'm interested in.
100%. Yeah, the biggest thing for me when I was there, it helped putting some faces to the names and then learning more about what they did behind the scenes. But the next one here we have is, what were some of the most valuable lessons or insights that you gained when you were at the program?
That you understand the workload that they have. As a player, you just have to worry about getting yourself prepared for the game. Obviously, you're going to be one of however many, on a team that's making the roster that week, or, like for defense, you're one of 12, you know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset that you have. But in the broader scheme of things, when you're in one of those roles, you're looking at the entirety of the whole league, and there's so many things that can transpire and happen, that you have to, your wheels are steady turning. There's so many fires that they put out that the average player never see.
100%. Yeah, especially for fans watching the game, what goes on behind the scenes and what they do there, it's pretty incredible. How did the program shape your understanding of the business side of football?
Like I said, they were vulnerable. They peeled back the layers, and they were able to show us and kind of, show us the books and show us what's going on. And that was intriguing to me at the same time. I mean, without saying too much, it just gave me more insight.
Awesome. Moving forward, how do you think the mentorship program will impact members' careers both on and off the field?
I think it's heading in the right direction. I mean, obviously I'm an incubator baby. I was the second year, you were the first year, and obviously I really tried to get in that first year, but I was too late. But yeah, I think that it's trending upwards. Obviously, we see with myself and just the situation and the outcome of it. It's still early, but I feel like the sky's the limit with that, and for guys, to have a kind of an ideal of which way they want to go, and just to be able to have that in your pocket, I feel like that's a tool.
Yeah, I think too, especially doing it the first year, the opportunity that's there for guys, it kind of, it IDs who wants to stay in football after football, and guys going through that program, they get to learn invaluable lessons that go on in the league that no one's really had that opportunity before. So
Correct.
At what point in your playing career did you consider a transition to the front office role?
Well, obviously, I mean, when you sit back and you think about it, like whenever you thought about it, it was always gonna be too soon. But I was thinking about this for a while, actually. When you sit back and once you are able to step back from just the playing field and see more, you kind of like, well, for me, I know I was kind of like putting the team together when camp would start. Like, all right, this guy has a chance, or this guy, so I was already doing these mental exercises, and, it was intriguing to me. I was feeling like being a leader, being a captain, you always got a good gauge on different relationships and guys in the locker room, and who would stick in and who wouldn't really fit for the locker room, who would be good for the culture of what you're trying to build that year and each and every season. So, yeah, I would say right off the bat when I got here, like I said, I wasn't the average rookie. I was already older, so the wheels were already turning, and already having been a year removed from not being able to play or have the opportunity to play professional football, you start thinking about what's next. And, you don't really, I mean, I'm just being real, because a lot of people, they're not going to say it, because I was like plan A. But when you take a year off and you don't have any opportunity, you start thinking about other things. And that's always been, in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I think it really helps too, having J.O., Kyle, guys like that, and the whole organization here to take that next step. And I think you can attest to they make things a lot easier. So the next one we have, how do you feel, or how did your playing career, your time with the CFLPA, influence the decision to pursue a front office role?
Yeah, and just that question could segue into me echoing, like you say, guys like J.O., who've been in this exact seat that I was in, played, was a standout name. and had to face a decision on, okay, what's next? And when the opportunity presented itself, he took it. And I would say he's faring pretty well in his role. You understand that Kyle, man, to me, one of a kind, like the way that they embrace you and just want to give you the game. A lot of people kind of hoard knowledge, but like I say, for them in this organization, they were so welcoming. I remember one of the first conversations that I had with J.O., we just talked just regular about life. And I didn't know, what I'm saying, that he would remember or keep it ingrained in the back of his mind that this was an avenue that I wanted to pursue.
Did you receive any guidance or advice from any of your peers or mentors regarding the transition to the front office role?
To be honest, I guess you would say my dad, my mentor, but that's like my best friend. We definitely spoke about it and thought about it and did the pros and the cons. That's gonna be my go-to first and foremost after God, the person that I'm gonna talk to. We waited and, we felt like it was time. Obviously, I spoke to J.O. because he'd been in this situation. I didn't really tell too many people because, that could kind of cloud your judgment, with me being having so much love for the game. A lot of people didn't want to see me leave the football field, and ultimately we had to make the decision, but I had to make the decision that I was the most comfortable with, and it being what's best for me, so I didn't really talk to too many people. I did run it by Solomon. Shout out to the president. He gave me some game. He told me he felt like I would do well, in the new role, and ultimately just go with my heart, was that. But yeah.
I think too, that's something for a lot of people that they don't really realize how big of a decision that is, because you don't switch to a different job and then you want to go back. There's kind of no going back at that point. So to call it a career, and like we said before, I think it's a tough decision, but at the end of the day, whatever you do and you feel comfortable with, at the end of the day, it's the right decision. Do you feel the CFLPA and the CFL mentorship program directly help you secure your position? And if so, how?
Yeah, like I was saying when I was bringing up the point of like J.O., like keeping that ingrained in the back of his mind that this was an interest of mine. And then it also, me being in the mentorship program showed that I wasn't just talking about it, I was willing to walk the walk and go out and seek the knowledge. And, when the opportunity presented itself, I took it. Whereas like maybe in other situations, I'm not downplaying anyone or anything, but the opportunities out there, you're not really taking it. You're just, what we call selling wolf tickets. But I think that me being in the mentorship program, that was brought up when the whole opportunity was presented to me. Like, we know that this is a passion of yours. You went through the mentorship program, done well, and, continue to seek knowledge. And we feel like that was a step in the right direction. So I'm forever grateful for the program, man.
I think that's something to touch on with the program too, that people might not realize, but once you complete the in-person part of the program, you actually get to work with GMs a little bit throughout the off season, different ones, sometimes your own one. And I was lucky enough to have J.O. and likewise with yourself.
And I had Berkey too, but yeah, me and Berkey worked together in Hamilton, and then he went on to Ottawa, but he's a stand-up guy, and he been showing love, and like I say, not hoarding knowledge. And like I say, man, it's been a good experience, a smooth transition.
What aspects of the mentorship program do you believe were the most instrumental in preparing you for your current role?
When they had an experience where we went to this the regional, the CFL regional, and the invitation, and just dealing with all the different players and getting familiar with them. I'm an American, so, don't kill me, but I didn't know all the schools, and, especially I'm from South Georgia, try to enunciate some of these names, and you don't want to offend anyone, but, it just got the juices going, and, that comfort level, like, I could do this,
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things about the mentorship program too, is to actually get to go in person to a combine, see how stuff works. Not only, I mean, you know, the player side of everything, but to see how the GMs think and what goes on kind of behind the scenes and the testing and all that stuff. So that was one of my favorite things as well.
Right.
Would you recommend the mentorship program to current players? And if so, why?
Depending on the player. I think everybody's walk of life gonna be different. I don't want you just signing up just to say you did it like a notch in your belt. I mean, and squandering the opportunity for someone who's really invested in this and really see a future in it. But at the same time, if the opportunity presents itself and you kind of on the fence about it, I say do it. Obviously, it's, you know, they gonna vet you. You know, it's not just okay, sign. I want this, what I want to do, so I'm doing it. Nah, you get vetted. You have to. It's interviews and it's a process to get chosen to do this. So it's not something that, I mean, I don't take it lightly. I know it was the same for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't take it lightly. And the guys that are afforded the opportunity, man, if you are chosen, do it. I say do it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think too, just being with a player rep too, it's you know, that's why we sign contracts now. It's an important role. It's not something just to sign up for and it's easy. There's a lot of hard work, hard decisions, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people don't really realize.
Right.
How has the transition from a player to front office been for you so far?
I mean, it's been smooth. Obviously, like I say, I played the game of football for so long. I was playing football since I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm 35. But so it's a part of my life that'll always be with me. But at the same time, I'm in a different role where I could still give more to the game, though. So I don't feel like, you know, I'm that far removed from it. You know, like I say, I don't want to hoard knowledge. I want to be able to give it back and share it, you know, and ultimately, like, I ain't going to sit here and lie and say, like, oh, it's just been whatever, like, because I love the game of football. So, yeah, it's been some tough days. You know, I want to be out there, like, with y'all, you know, but at the same time, like, I made a decision and I had to stand on that, you know. So, I mean, it's evolving, you know, and I'm going through it and going through every emotion. But at the end of the day, I feel like it was the best decision made. And, you know, the family and blanket that I have around me, man, everybody's been open arms. So it's making it that much easier for me to make the transition. So everything, like, besides my emotions has been smooth, you know, but my emotions, I've been on the roller coaster. But ultimately, though, I mean, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, and I think it goes without saying, anyone that's known you or anyone from last year, everyone's extremely excited, pleased, and happy that you were still staying in the organization. So we're super thankful for that. I just want to say thanks again for answering the questions, and we appreciate you, man, and, you know, don't cut me.
Nah, you the VP, man. Nah, it's been a pleasure and an honor, man, to know you, get to know you. And even just be sharing this space with you, man. I'm happy about it, man. And I appreciate you taking time out your busy schedule. I understand, you know, how it is to be a player, and I know you're getting ready and you got to get in your zone and everything. So I appreciate you taking time out your day, and, you know, we locked in, brother.
That's a wrap. Let's go. I think.